So the first thing that we are going to be doing is adding 2.5 cups of flour into the mixing bowl. So let's leave that here. Got 2 cups and the other half. Go. 2.5 cups. Now we will be adding baking soda and salt along with the flour. Now this is going to be 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Although this is a large spoon, I am accommodating for it. Teaspoon. So now that we have softened up the butter, we are going to add the 2 sticks into the bowl, as well as the brown sugar.
So the more butter you add into the cookie, the butter keeps the cookie tender, and the more butter you add, the wider the cookie gets. It spreads more flavored.
As we are mixing, the batter begins to turn from different powders and other ingredients all together into this one whole. And this is how it looks so far as everything is being mixed in together. Sugar is a pure substance because it is made up of pure sugars.
So I'm just going to be mixing around the dough with the sugar that I added.
Vanilla into the cookies. And vanilla is a mixture because it is not something you would find on the periodic table. That would just be kind of weird. Nor it is a compound. And if you were to look at some of the ingredients on the vanilla flavoring bottle, you would find how it is a mixture because it contains things such as water and glycol and sodium benzate.
So now we're going to be adding 2 eggs into our mixture.
Eggs help give moisture to the cookies when they are being made.
Okay, so now we're going to be adding 2 cups of chocolate chips, and these are semi-sweet. This is a lot.
Chocolate chips are an example of a physical change because when they are added into the batter mix, they begin to liquefy and they are still chocolate chips just like in a different form. And that can also be an example of a phase of matter going from a solid to a liquid.
What's happening is the cookie dough rising and it's not able to return to its original state. This is a phase of matter from liquid to solid. And the leavening agent comes from the baking powder. It allows the dough to rise and fluffen due to the high heat.
Okay, so first we're going to be heating the oven to 350 degrees. And this is how the cookie dough looks. In this clip, I am putting the cookie dough onto a pan, onto a tin foil, so I can put it inside the oven. The leavening agent we used when making the cookies was baking powder. The baking powder makes the cookies rise when they are baking. We're waiting for the cookies to bake. I don't usually make cookies from scratch, but when I do, they turn out like this. A chemical change is when one or more substances change into a new substance. A sign of a chemical change would be smell. When these cookies were baking, I could smell them. Okay, so as a recap, flour is a mixture because it contains more than one ingredient and it is not a pure element. Next, baking powder. Baking powder is a pure substance because it has a formula that is a compound. Salt. Salt is a pure substance because it is entirely made out of sodium and chlorine. Butter is a mixture because it is made of multiple components.